Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jenny Boyer again for CIS 110. I'm going to do another video here to give you an introduction to MindTap and try to clarify some questions I've had about what's due and how you need to navigate throughout the different assignments that are going to be embedded in the weekly folders. So let me go ahead and first of all, the first thing I wanted to point out was this announcement that I posted about disabling a pop-up blocker. So I'm going to force you all to use Mozilla Firefox. That's a web browser. It's the one that I'm using right now. If you don't have it, this link will take you to a web page where you can download it. It's very quick, it's free, it's safe. So please do that. Even if you have Firefox, if you want to click this link, it should automatically check to make sure you're running the latest version of Firefox. And if you're not, it should prompt you to update your browser. That would be a good thing for you so that we're all running the same version of the browser, and if I give any feedback as to browser settings or anything like that, then we're all on the same page because some older versions look differently than the newer version. So as I've said here, to disable the pop-up blocker, which is required, if you don't disable the pop-up blocker, you are not going to have access to MindTap. The way that you're going to do that is come up here to the upper right corner, click this menu button, click on Options. Alright, over here you want to click on Content, and you need to make sure that there is not a check mark here. If there is, you need to deselect it, and it'll automatically take effect, so all you have to do at that point is just close the tab. Alright, so disabling the pop-up blocker is going to be your first line of defense to make sure that MindTap is going to work correctly. And also that you're using Mozilla Firefox. Okay. The next thing I want to do, click on Content Assignments. Alright, I'm going to turn off edit mode here. Alright, what you should see now is a second folder that's available. Alright, so last week when when I did my video, all we had was week 1. Alright, and in here is this primary link to MindTap. Okay, so when you guys click this, and it's going to be different for you because when I click it, it's going to dump me directly into MindTap since I'm an instructor and I'm already set up under an instructor account. But what should have happened, just going to sort of verbally talk you through this, when you click this link, right, if you have not set up your account in MindTap, when you click this link, it should launch a window that is going to prompt you to enter a username and password. You should not have anything to enter if you haven't set up your account, so you should click to create a new account. I've put this Getting Started with MindTap document up. If you open that, this is a PDF that provides some screenshots that will help you navigate how to set up your account in MindTap, okay? So you're going to log into Blackboard. Click on our course. So the course I'm referring to is this CIS 110 Introduction to Computers link, right? Alright, it may take you directly to this screen. If it does, you've got 3 options. Alright, if you haven't purchased your code, you can buy it online with the first option. The second, if you bought it at the bookstore, you should have a little insert that has a code inside. Click on Redeem My Access Code and then Continue, and it's going to prompt you to enter your activation code. Okay, let's say you have not purchased it or you don't have the ability to purchase it right now and you haven't gone to the bookstore. You can say, I'll pay later and go to my course. What that's going to do is give you a little grace period of 2 weeks, and that's when the trial will expire, and it's going to require you to purchase the activation code, okay? If you're using financial aid to purchase your books for the semester, I'd suggest you go ahead and take care of that, because after a certain date, you can't use financial aid funds any longer to purchase books. And so you don't want to get beyond that date having used up this 2-week grace period and then be in a mess. So I'm going to suggest you do one of 2 things, which is go ahead and buy it at the bookstore now because you have assignments due, or go ahead and pay online here and it'll go ahead and activate for you. When you click Continue, you're going to see this screen, right? That's going to ask you to enter your access code. That's what's printed on the card. or what should be delivered to you if you purchase online. That's what it'll look like if you buy it online. Again, I talked to you about the grace period, but I would not suggest you go that route. And then you're going to scroll down. There's a long license agreement that you need to scroll down and agree to. And at that point, it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. Now, we're not a biology class. You should see the Discovering Computers book image here. But just go ahead and enter the course, and then you have access to MindTap. Okay, after you do that first time, you should automatically have access to MindTap every single time. Now, let me go back up to this screenshot. When you click on that CIS 110 link, this one, that's embedded in Blackboard, some people, instead of going directly to this screen, are taken to a login screen for Cengage Brain. All right, if that happens, you can create a new account. There's a link right underneath of it that says, I don't have an account, or create a new account. Just create a new account and go ahead and plug in your information. And then when you click Submit and move to the next screen, it will take you to this Pay for your course or redeem your access code screen. Either way, whatever you see, those are going to be the steps to get you into MindTap the first time. After you're in for the semester. Okay? So that document is available. This is the primary link to MindTap. You're never really going to have to click this anymore. That's why it's only in the week 1 folder. I just put it there so that you can go ahead and establish your MindTap account, and then every week you'll have embedded links, and I'll talk to you about those embedded links in a minute, which are going to go directly to your assignments. All right, also in this week 10 folder, I'm going to say it again one more time, introductory quiz, right? Due August 27th. You've got what? Until Thursday. Get this done if it hasn't been done already, okay? Go ahead and set up your MindTap account. If you are having problems after this video, you need to get with me. I'm probably going to suggest you bring a laptop or just come on into my office and we'll try to do it using my computer, okay? Some things are just really difficult to troubleshoot via email. So also in this week 1 folder, and I'm going to post an announcement as a reminder for due dates. At the bottom, there's this Office 2013 Windows 8 Essential Concepts and Skills link, and then the SAM training link just beneath it. All right, going forward, if you see this blue icon, that's an indication that it's a MindTap link. So when you click this link, it's going to launch it into MindTap. All right. Every week, there's going to be this chapter level link that if you click it, it's going to launch the new window, and it's going to take you to MindTap. And within MindTap, after it loads, all right, you're going to have a chapter level link. So if I were to click this, it's going to take me to the ebook. Okay. This is just a digitized copy of the print book you would have gotten. So this is directly what you would see if you had a print book in front of you. You can read the chapter if you choose to. There's lots of embedded videos that you can play to watch. You know, depending on your learning style is going to depend on how you choose to use the ebook. Okay, some people benefit from reading a book, others don't. So you choose as to whether or not you want to read the book or just review it. Either way, it's going to be available with this first link here, okay? Most of them are also going to have a videos folder. So if you click, the videos are embedded in the chapter. But if you choose not to read the chapter, say that you like watching videos, if that's a learning concept that's good for you, you can click this folder icon and it's going to show you all the videos that are available, all right? So you could click to open any of these and they're going to launch for you. Okay? The chapter, reading the chapter and reading or watching the videos are totally up to you. They are not required for a grade. I may go in and actually modify this. It says due today at 11. That was only done so that if you look up here, you've got 3 views. Okay? We're in the unit view now. You can click to open up a weekly view. I set due dates for everything so that you could use this weekly view to see everything that was available for you. But if you will look back at your syllabus, you're going to note that you're only graded on trainings, exams, and projects. Okay? So You're always going to have a link to the ebook, to the chapter here. You're often going to have links to the videos, but neither of these are for a grade. All right, they're for your own benefit. You can read the chapter if you choose. You can watch the videos if you choose. I don't care. I'm not going to track it. I'm not going to make you responsible for it. This is simply to supplement what you're going to do in the trainings to reinforce your knowledge for the exam and later on to help you when you create projects, okay? So the only thing technically due, anything due is going to have this orange counts toward a grade, okay? This is the only thing technically due, right? And I extended this due date because of the issue with the bookstore. So this Office 2013 and Windows 8 training is going to be due on August 31st at 11. All right? Now, if any of you have used SAM before, MindTap is essentially just a shell on top of SAM. So if I'm going to click to launch this training, it's going to give me a screen of instructions, right? Read each task completely before you attempt it. Some tasks contain multiple steps. Click Apply, follow the instructions, then click Task Complete. All right? So start. It's going to launch the second window, which is SAM, and load the training. Okay, the trainings themselves are basically pre-recorded videos. So you've got some video controls over here. You can restart them, you can pause them, you can fast forward, rewind. There's lots of different things you can do over here to watch the videos in a manner that you see fit, okay? You'll notice that there are 32 tasks or questions in this training. Those are also listed over here on the task list. All right, so you could open up the task list and see all of the tasks that you have to complete in this training. All right, there are 3 modes: observe, practice, and apply. All right, observe and practice are kind of optional. Observe is just going to talk you through it, like here.
On the taskbar, click the PowerPoint button. The PowerPoint window is now.
It's not going to require you to do anything. It's just going to talk and show you how the task is to be completed, okay? Practice mode's a little different. It's going to talk you through it, but it's going to require you to do the clicking.
On the taskbar, click the PowerPoint button. The PowerPoint window is now the active window, and the Word window is hidden behind it on the desktop.
Okay? Apply mode is what you're going to see in the exam. If there's an exam, there's actually not an exam that corresponds with this Office 2013 Windows 8 training. But if you had an exam, apply mode is what simulates that exam. Additionally, you have to complete the apply mode and click Task Complete in order to get credit for the training over here, okay? When you're finished with it, it'll show a little check mark beside each one. All right, you have to complete all of these and see a check mark beside them to get 100 total points for the training, okay? Because they're graded. So if I were to go to apply, it's simply going to say on the taskbar, click the PowerPoint app button to switch to the PowerPoint window. You've completed the task. Please press Task Complete. So I'm going to click Task Complete. All right, and it's moved me to question 2. Now if I look at the task list, see my check mark? All right, so you have to complete every task in apply mode and click Task Complete in order to get a check mark beside the task. When you've completed all of them and see a check mark beside them all, you're finished with the training, okay? If you only do half of it, you're only going to get credit for half of it. So make sure you move all the way to apply mode and Task Complete, all right? I'm going to exit. It will tell you if there are unfinished tasks remaining with the training. You can do half of the tasks and come back to it later to finish it. Some of them are quite long, so that actually might be a benefit to you. I mean, in this example, you've got 32 questions to work through, so you may not be able to do that in one sitting. Everything you complete to its fullest will remain with a check mark. You can come back and pick it up later until the due date passes, at which point it will become unavailable. Okay? So, let me close this and go back. We're still in the week 1 folder, all right? So you're all, remember this is a MindTap link, This is the primary one into MindTap, but again, you're never really going to use that anymore because I'm going to give you these embedded links. All right? So, this is going to take you to that chapter level view where you can get to the ebook, the videos, and see the training or exam that's been deployed for a grade. There's also always going to be an individual link to any of the assignments. So in this example, in this chapter, the only assignment you have is that training. Remember, it had the counts for a grade button beside it. So you could enter the training by clicking on the chapter level link like I just did, or you can just go ahead and click on the training link, and it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to launch a new window, give you instructions, and then allow you to move back into the training again. Okay? See, it bypassed that chapter view completely, puts you directly into the training. All right, notice up here that your due dates are always going to be listed in MindTap. All right, you're doing the SAM training for Office 2013 and Windows 8, and it's due on August 31st by 11 p.m. All right, so that is an introduction to what you should be expected to see, or what you should expect to see at the folder level view. So let me go back under Content Assignments. Click on week 2 for digital literacy. That's this week, okay? So you need to complete that training from last week because I extended the due date to the 31st. I'll put that in the announcement I'm getting ready to post. Currently, though, we're in week 2, okay? I wanted to put up these assignment details, which you should look through. You're going to be responsible throughout the semester for trainings, exams, and projects. The training you just saw, right? And I talked about this, the number of tasks varies. You must click apply and indicate task complete to get credit for it, right? And all have to have a check mark beside them in order to show the training as fully completed. For the exams, the concepts chapters, and that's like this one, digital literacy, hardware, software, those exams are going to include all the tasks in the trainings. They're simulated just like the training. So for those concepts chapters, you'll be tested on every one of the tasks that you see in the training. When we get into the Office 2013 chapters, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Access, the exams will just have 15 randomly selected tasks from the training. So you're going to spend more time when we get into the Office 2013 chapters. You're going to spend more time doing a project than you are taking the exam, okay? So you'll just have the training, the project, and then 15 tasks that you'll be tested on. You get 3 attempts to get each task correct, and you can take the exam 2 times, okay? That's for any of the exams. Make sure that you watch the trainings carefully because that's exactly how Sam is going to test you. If Sam tells you to do something a specific way, make sure you do it like that. Pay attention to where it's clicking because Sam can be very specific about where you click, okay? That's why you get 3 attempts to get each question right and why you get to take the exam 2 times, all right? And then when we get to projects, I'll go over that in more detail, but you get 3 attempts to submit your project to get your grade as high as you can get it, all right? All of these are graded on a 100-point scale, right? Whatever score you get out of 100 for the assignment will be averaged in with the others. And then at the end of the semester, they'll be weighted in based on that weighted scale that I presented to you in the syllabus. Okay? So for week 2, these should look familiar. This is a MindTap link. You see that little blue circle, right? This link, Chapter 1 Digital Literacy with no description under it, that's always going to be a chapter level link. So if I click it, it's going to launch MindTap and give you access to the chapter, right? Read chapter and complete activities. Again, it says due on the 31st so that it remains within this section, but it's not technically due for a grade. If it was, you would see this counts toward a grade indicated, okay? There are no videos to accompany this chapter, so you do not see a videos folder. If there were videos, you'd see that videos folder. You do, though, have to complete a training, and it's going to simulate exactly like what I just showed you, right? So I'll click that and show you again. Digital literacy training due on August 31st. Click Start. It's going to launch the SAM window, and for this one you have 22 tasks that you have to complete.
In this assignment, you'll learn about the Internet and the World Wide Web and their relationship.
All right, so make sure you do that training. You can close that, back out of that to get back to that chapter view. You also have an exam to complete for digital literacy. And again, I'll just show you what it looks like. If you click that exam level link, it's going to tell you, again, you get 3 chances at each question. The SAM exam can be retaken one time, okay? Make sure you read this. Once you begin, you cannot stop. You cannot restart it. The exam receives a score whether or not you complete all the questions. Do you want to start? Go ahead and get in. Notice it's going to launch the window just like the training. You have 22 questions that you're going to be tested on, right? And you see it listed here. You can see the task list again. All right, so instead of having observe, practice, and apply, you're just going to come up here and you're going to do a matching activity, submit it, move on to the next question. And at the end, you'll get a grade, okay? Back out of this. All right, again, notice in the week 2 folder that was the chapter level link that I clicked that gave you access to the chapter reading, the training, and the exam. But there are also these individual embedded links for the training specifically or the exam. Doesn't really matter how you get to it. You can use these links directly or you can go in via that chapter level link so long as you're completing what's required for a grade. All right? Let me just show you one other thing in MindTap. I'm just going to get in MindTap and give you just a very basic overview of MindTap. I don't want to confuse you. Again, this is that chapter level view. You have various views up here that you can investigate. You've got a weekly view, which will show you everything that's available to you within the week. You also have a date manager view, and that's where that can be a little overwhelming, so, look at that at your own risk, but it's basically everything for the semester and all of the due dates that are set for everything. So I feel like if you focus your attention at the weekly folder level, that will make it more manageable rather than getting overwhelmed by looking at what's due for the rest of the semester. There are all kinds of apps available to you over here. Some of them that you see here are not going to be available to you because, again, I'm the instructor. You have, again, a link to the ebook over here, the full book, rather than the chapter view that we've got embedded. You've got a glossary of terms that you can use. You can actually have the text spoken to you, so if for some reason that would be of benefit to you, certainly make sure that you use that. You have flashcards over here. The flashcards are going to include terminology that's included within the chapter. If you find that to be a useful study technique, make sure you take a look at the flashcards. You've got a dictionary over here. I don't know if you guys have access to these 2 features, but another thing I want you to spend a little bit of time looking at is the SAM app. I'm not going to click mine because it'll look totally different than what you see. But when you click on the SAM app, you should see a Reports tab, and that's important because what the Reports tab does is it's going to give you a line item for every single thing that you've completed. All right, so everything that you complete over here at the chapter level is going to make its way to the Reports tab under this SAM app. And there should be a report listed that you can open up for everything that you complete that will tell you what you got right and what you got wrong. And that applies for the exams. When we get to projects, it will apply for the projects that you submit. It should also show the trainings that you complete. It should show you if you completed them all the way or if you just completed them partially. So make sure you look at that and let me know if you have any questions. I might try to get a student to come log in so I can give a demonstration of what you should actually see when you click that SAM app. I'm afraid to confuse you by clicking it right now because it won't look the same for you as it does for me. That is a basic introduction to using MindTap, right? Identifying what you have due that counts for a grade, how to launch these things by clicking the individual links here, how to access the ebook. Remember that if there's any accompanying videos between these 2, you would have that videos folder available. But know that within each weekly folder, you will have links embedded to the chapter level, right, and then to the individual assignments that are for grades. So the training and the exam. When we get to the Office 2013 products, you'll also have a project link. All right. And remember that everything, all the folders open Monday at 7 a.m. Everything is due 1 week after, so everything in this week 2 folder is going to be due next Monday the 31st by 11 p.m. The only exception is that one training that's in the week 1 folder that we're playing catch up on. And I'll put an announcement under announcements for everybody as a reminder for that. For those of you that emailed me asking questions about MindTap and what's due, after watching this video, if you're still confused, if you still have questions, or if you're still struggling to log in and get access to MindTap, please shoot me an email or give me a call or stop by my office, okay? I hope that was helpful. If there's anything else I can clarify by creating a video, please shoot me an email and let me know. I'm happy to do it. Thanks, everybody.